Welcome back to Living Local, and thank you so much for watching the show today. So the 4th of July is just around the corner, which means that millions of Americans are planning to celebrate the holiday with, of course, fireworks. But when it comes to those red, white, and booms, it's very important to keep safety at the forefront. And so here to talk about some of those safety tips that people can keep in mind while also still having a great time on the holiday is John P. Norris, the owner of Uncle Norm's Fireworks. Thanks for being here with us today.
Good morning.
Yes, so before we get into the safety tips, can you please tell us about Uncle Norm's Fireworks?
Uncle Norm's is a family-owned business. We've been in business 19 years. My wife, son, his wife, daughter, her husband, and myself, and our grandkids. Firm believer in child labor. Yeah, keep them working.
Make them tough, keep them working.
That's right.
Now, that's a beautiful thing, too, to know that this is family-owned. Where are you having locations for this?
We have 2 locations.
Okay.
Our temporary store is in Davenport at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds, the east parking lot. Our permanent location, which is open year-round, is in south of Milan, the village of Oak Grove, just off of Highway 67, and that is year-round.
Okay, fantastic. Now let's start talking about some of the things that people need to keep in mind when they are buying fireworks. Obviously, everybody wants to have a good time. They want to have all of the explosives and all of the color. But what are some things that people should keep in mind when they are making those purchases?
Basically, what you want to keep common sense in mind when you're looking to purchase. One of the things at Uncle Norm's we pride ourselves in is we'll take the time with the customer to find out where they're shooting their fireworks. Is it in the backyard, their driveway, the street? Do you have a lot of trees around? Obviously I'd like to sell everybody the biggest fireworks out there, but if you buy something that's not going to fit your area and the display is lost in the trees, you're not going to be happy. So we take the time to work with you to find out where you've got. And you may only be able to shoot the smaller 200-gram cakes in your area, or maybe just fountains. So we work with you to get you the best item, and then we'll sit down and if you're not sure about some of the items, we'll walk you through the safety, how to light it, how to display, position it so it doesn't fall over. As Murphy's rule says, if it falls over, it's going to fall towards the crowd, and then everybody's scattering.
Yeah, and that would not be an
That's
ideal
not a good
situation.
thing, no.
Not what we're going for on the 4th of July. Now, are there certain types of fireworks that are actually a bit safer than others? I know you said common sense is important.
Common sense is important, but again, what you want to look at is where you're displaying it, the distance you have from where you're setting the fireworks up to your spectators. As a rule, the fountains are usually your safer because they don't go aerial as high. Some of these things will reach 150 feet, with a break pattern, the color of 50 to 60 feet diameter. The fountains, as a rule, the highest are around 15 to 18 feet, and they'll have a spray, a plume of sparks in that of about 10 for the largest, down to 2 or 3. The junior snow cone here, it's going to have a plume of about 3 feet and maybe 1.5 feet wide.
So not nearly as great as this other guy over here.
Not a little safer for smaller confined areas, but again, it's still fire coming out of there, sparks, different effects and that. So safety glasses are always a must. When we do the display shows, everyone's wearing cotton clothes, safety glasses, sometimes hearing protection.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I know you've got this right here, you've got a sock. I'm assuming that this has to do with a couple safety tips. Yeah,
little kids, as a rule, they like sparklers, they like to wave them around and make circles and that.
Yes.
But they don't like the sparks and that flying on their hands because it scares them. So my daughter, when my grandson was about 2, came up with this. Put a sparkler in a plastic cup, their little hands fit in there. Obviously mine doesn't. And it's something that they can wear, and then the rule of thumb is this one's burnt out, you bring it back to mom and dad before you get another one.
Yes.
These sparklers that we recommend are bamboo. It burns down to nothing, and then you don't have to worry about the wires laying in the grass for the dad to hit them with the lawnmower the next day. The other thing is a cotton sock. You grab one of dad's old cotton socks, put it on their arm. They can hold their sparkler in there and they don't get the sparks on their hands.
Oh, okay. Really good advice there, especially because the little guys want to get in on the fun
The little kids love it. The other thing little kids, they like the color, but a lot of them are afraid of the big boom and noise. My 2-year-old granddaughter, we sampled a snow cone last night. She loved the sparks, but when the crackle came, she jumped, you know. So earplugs for little kids. It helps them. It softens that big loud boom that they hear, whether you're at a big display show or your own backyard show.
Okay, fantastic. Now, we have to talk about this before we go. There is a My Little Pony on the table, or a unicorn maybe.
Unicorn.
Yes.
The fireworks industry is evolving like any other industry, and they started coming up with these molded plastic things. We've got a dragon, we've got cars, plastic cars now that'll roll back and forth and shoot sparks and that. And this was the newest one, the unicorn. It'll shoot sparks out the tail and then out the unicorn horn.
That's beautiful. I'm sure that is going to be so much
The Chinese are kind of inventive sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing what all you have to offer, especially as we're leading into the holiday weekend.
Thank you.
It's coming up here soon. Yes.
Yeah, 10 days out from tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you want to learn some more about what Uncle Norm's Fireworks has to offer, you can go to unclenormsfireworks.com, and we'll also have those details posted over on our website at arquetcities.com.